I put out a video a few days ago about releasing to encourage try. To encourage try mentally, it's more to get a mental response. I'm going to go in depth on that today. I'm also going to talk a little bit to start with about pulling to encourage try. It's kind of effective in the beginning. Usually when a horse is a little greener, you can use this to kind of get them going the right direction, but it's really the release that elevates your horse up and elevates your horsemanship up. You can kick harder to get try, you can pull harder to get try, some of the first things we're going to talk about, but that just gets you started. That's not really what's going to make a good horse a great horse. So I'm on Sonita here, and I just have a plain D-ring snaffle, nothing special about it. And let's talk a little bit about just basic pull and release. So when we first start introducing a horse to pull and release, and kind of our beginning introduction to pull release, is you pull the rein, you get the movement, and you immediately give it back. That's the basic thing that all green horses start with, kind of all riders start with, because you're getting a physical movement from the pull and you're throwing the rein back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my legs, ask her to move her feet, and we're going to move back over here somewhere close to where I started. I'm using right leg and holding that right rein. Now I'm going to hold it and release. If I would have released there, then that's what she would have done. She would kind of blown off my cue that I don't have to do what he asked me to do. That's a concept that you need to have a grasp of in order to progress through these other things that we're going to talk about, because that is a negative response. The horse did a negative thing, so I did not release. When the horse does a positive thing that I want to encourage, that was I want to discourage, so I didn't release there. When the horse does a positive thing that I want to encourage, that's when I'm going to give the release. So let's start by asking her to walk around. And I'm just going to walk a circle. And we're going to talk about teaching the spin, but this can go to steering, this can go to anything you ask your horse to do. I started this by releasing to encourage try, but you can release to encourage your horse to do anything. You can release to encourage bad stuff, just like over there. And a lot of the problem horses that I get in, that's exactly what has happened. It's just that the owner that was doing it didn't realize that's what they were doing. So I'm walking this circle. I want her to basically maintain the tracks of what I'm asking her to do. Now, if I ask her to step into a spin, I released there because I had a nice easy neck rein and she swept her shoulders across. She actually, that was about 4 steps. I could have released with 1 step. And I released, let her stand still. She steered soft. I took all the pressure away. That could be as simple as, let's see if I can break this down even smaller. Let's see if I can take this leg and ask it to step over here. If it steps over here, I'm going to give a release. If it steps forward, I'm not going to release. So let's see what happens here. And release. Back end moved first. The back end moved first was because of resistance here. Totally different thing, but when the front end moved that way, I released. Let's see if we can get this foot.
If this type of information interests you, you should check out the full-length video on Patreon. Tim Anderson Horse Training on Patreon, where I have the full-length video of this video and many other in-depth training videos. Thank you for watching.